Hi there everybody. For today's video I'm going to be making pancakes. Christmas Day is over now and obviously we want something to make us happy, right? So a bit of out of the unusual for me, but instead of fixing a car I'm going to make some pancakes. Actually I call them pancakes, but I'm going to make some crepes. And the way I do them are as follows. So here I have some plain flour. I've got some oat milk there. I'm gonna be using oat milk, but you can use milk, normal milk, soya milk, even water, really. I've also have a little bit of sugar and obviously a pot where I'm going to mix everything, and the frying pan. My frying pan is really small. It's only about 15 millimeters across from there to there. So the pancakes are not, oh sorry, the crepes are not really that big. And with this recipe I'm gonna get around 15 to 20 crepes, I think, more or less. And well, to start, I've already prepared here 1 cup of plain flour, but this is more like a mug really, not quite a cup. I don't have exact measurements. I do it more to the hand. So I guess that comes a bit with the more you make, the more you know how much you're gonna put in. But in average I put 1 of these and then I put 2 cups of milk, or in this case I'm using oat milk. That's how I do it. And then I'm gonna add some eggs. We're also gonna need some eggs. I forgot about that. Use the eggs, and probably with the amount of flour I'm using I'm only gonna use a couple of eggs. These are very large, quite big eggs. Okay, so to recap, I'm just going to be using this pot, and I'm also going to be using this mixer, which I need to plug in. And I'm going to be using obviously this for the crepes. Pick them up and change them around, and then I have a frying pan, and I'm also going to have some butter. Have some butter and just a knife to pour a bit of butter into the frying pan. Again, I'm using flour, eggs, and a bit of sugar and some milk. I won't use much sugar really, because the oat milk is a little bit sweet. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of salt to the mix. Just a pinch of salt. So if you have these ingredients are mostly available in most houses really, so these are really easy to make. I normally pour in the flour first, and then I use the same cup just to add the milk. So like I said, on average, I use one cup or 1 mug of flour and 2 of milk. But it really depends. So if it's too liquidy, then you can add a bit of flour, or if it's too thick, you can add more milk. Now the idea is to get this really nicely mixed, so you don't get left with any little flour balls really that burst afterwards when you put the pancake into the frying pan. Occasionally some of the flour stays on the edges of the of the pot here, so I just pick them out with this a little bit. Just make sure everything mixes. Okay, so I'm just going to add another cup. Okay, so I'll just add a little bit of sugar. Not a lot really, maybe 1 spoon. Because like I said, the oat milk is already a little bit sweet in itself. And I have a little bit of salt here. This is really down to taste, but I won't put more than that. Also, make sure you have some wine while you cook, or you can always have a cup of coffee. But don't get drunk, otherwise your crepes might get burnt. Right, so I have my eggs. Just add 2 eggs. Well, the bigger the mixture, the more eggs you need really, so for these amounts I usually use 2 eggs. And then we just keep mixing. Okay, so the mixture is getting there. It's almost ready. I'm just gonna start heating up the frying pan now. And I'm gonna get a scoop. Okay, so I just got a scoop here. This is a very small size. I don't know, maybe I can measure it so you have an idea. This is about 6 centimeters from there to there, so same from there to there, and it's not really that deep. I'm gonna wait for the frying pan to get really nice and hot. And we're just gonna check the mix now. Now I can feel the mix. It's pretty much there. It probably needs a little bit more milk. A little bit more milk just to make it. It feels a little bit thick, but it's not too bad. So I'm gonna add a little bit of milk. Okay, so I'm just gonna add another half a mug. Or so. In this case, all the flour has been nicely mixed, so we can just mix the milk. With this scoop here. while we wait for the frying pan to heat up, it's getting there now. I've got it in 9 here, on 9, to get it hot quickly, but I normally use it on around 7. Now for some reason my first crepe is always a bit disastrous, but the rest come out very well. So hopefully this time around it will be okay the first time around as well. So just waiting for that. We can have a sip of wine. Okay, now I'm just gonna put a bit of butter here on my frying pan, and I'm using really a tiny bit, not much at all. Now these crepes, you can eat them with sweet, you can eat them savory with ham and cheese, or you can eat them with sugar and lemon, or, well, the way I eat them, I like to eat them with cream and condensed milk. That's my way. So if you pour in the middle and just make it into a circle, leave it there for, I don't know, half a minute, 1 minute, just until it gets a little bit brown on the other side, and then we're going to turn it. So this doesn't really take that long, and it's a very tasty dessert, or it can even be a little meal. And this should be ready. I should be able to finish them all in the next half an hour. Okay, so still a little bit weak to pick up, so I'm gonna try to get it at this angle. Okay, now I got it moving. Okay. Well, like I said, for some reason the first one is always a bit of a disaster. As you can see, the first has come out a little bit tragic. I think that is related to heat. So I should have waited a little bit extra time for it to heat up, and then put the mix. Okay, so let's make the second one. Now that we learned from the first one, the second one should be a lot better. You can also use oil, but perhaps butter is tastier. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay. Okay, so that's much better there. This is pretty much what they're gonna be looking like. They don't have to be perfect. Obviously the edges are not perfectly round. It doesn't really matter. There's a hole there. That doesn't really matter. What matters is the taste and how quickly you can make them. So after this one, I'm gonna make one more, and that's pretty much, that will be the end of the video. And this is how I basically make my pancakes if I'm not working with cars or playing video games. This past couple of weeks I haven't been working due to Christmas, and also obviously having a break from work. I think we all deserve a break, and I should be back working with cars very soon in the new year. And of course enjoying more pancakes in February, Pancake Day. I'll be making more then. Everybody's welcome to come and have some. That's it. Now we're gonna make the next one. Maybe I'll use a little bit less butter on this one. You can also eat them with a bit of butter. Anything you really fancy. Or even Nutella, chocolate, Nutella, banana. A lot of people, I think, put banana and chocolate Nutella. It is very nice indeed. Okay, so judging from the first three or four pancakes I made, crepes, they were sticking a little bit to the frying pan, and it was a little bit difficult to get the spatula to pick it up and turn it. So basically I've added a little bit of flour to the mix, just to make it a little bit thicker and give it a bit more consistency, because I think what happened is that the egg, because my eggs were really large, made the mix a little bit soft. So this is basically why I say that you need to judge the mix as you go along. But once you make the first few pancakes, then you can see more or less what's happening, and then you can add the relevant ingredient as you need to. So in this case I've added a little bit of flour and maybe an extra half half a mug of flour, and that made the mix just a little bit thicker to make it a little bit stronger, and therefore you are able to pick it up easier and turn it. So then they feel exactly the same as the first ones, although they do feel a little bit more harder. The other ones feel a bit more like an omelette type of thing, like an egg. Okay, so as you can see, that was a lot easier. It was a lot easier to get that spatula underneath, and so yes, just go with the flow. I mean, they will be tasty anyway. It's just that it's a little bit harder to make them if you can't pick them up, and it takes a little bit longer. Otherwise, it's a pretty quick process. Okay, so here's the first pancake. I'm just gonna add a little bit of condensed milk. And I'm also going to add a little bit of cream, but I'm just gonna roll it first. And then just add a little bit of double cream. And then, of course, we can just enjoy. That's very nice. Well, I hope this video helps you make yourself a pancake and enjoy them. So thanks for watching.